Hey there, science explorers. Have you ever wondered where we get the energy to power our homes, cars, and even our video games? A lot of it comes from something called fossil fuels. Imagine digging deep, deep down into the earth and finding buried treasure. That's kind of what fossil fuels are like. They're like energy treasures buried beneath our feet. Fossil fuels are natural substances found underground, formed millions of years ago from ancient plants and animals. It's like a time capsule of energy from long ago. These ancient organisms died and got buried under layers of mud, sand, and rock. Over a really, really long time, the heat and pressure transformed them into the fossil fuels we use today. Now let's dig a little deeper and learn about the different types of fossil fuels, shall we? First up, we have coal. Imagine a swamp millions of years ago, filled with giant ferns and trees. When these plants died, they fell into the swampy water. Over time, they got buried under layers of mud and dirt. Can you guess what happened next? You got it. The weight of all that stuff, along with heat and pressure, turned those dead plants into coal. Coal is a hard black rock that we dig out of the ground in mines. It's mostly made of carbon, which is an element found in all living things. When we burn coal, we release the energy stored inside, and that energy can be used to generate electricity. Coal is like a rock-solid battery from prehistoric times. It's amazing to think that something so old can still power our world today. But as we'll see later, using coal comes with some serious drawbacks for our planet. And next, let's dive into the world of oil, also known as petroleum. Oil formed in a similar way to coal, but instead of plants and swamps, it came from tiny sea creatures and plants that lived millions of years ago. When these organisms died, they sank to the bottom of the ocean. Over time, they were buried under layers of sand and mud. Just like with coal, the heat and pressure transformed these remains into oil. But here's the cool part. Oil is a liquid, so it's often found trapped in tiny spaces within rocks. To get to it, we drill wells deep into the earth. Oil is incredibly useful. We use it to make gasoline for our cars, diesel fuel for trucks, and even jet fuel for airplanes. It's also used to create plastics, fertilizers, and many other products we rely on every day. Section 4. Natural gas, the invisible fossil fuel. Last but not least, we have natural gas. This fossil fuel is a little different because it's, well, invisible and odorless. Natural gas is mostly made up of a gas called methane, which formed alongside oil and coal deep underground. Methane is highly flammable, which means it burns very easily. That's why natural gas is used for heating our homes, cooking our food, and even generating electricity in power plants. It's cleaner burning than coal, but it's still a fossil fuel, and burning it releases harmful pollutants into the air. So there you have it, the three main types of fossil fuels: coal, oil, and natural gas. They've been incredibly important for powering our world for a long time. But now it's time to talk about why we need to start using less of them. Section 5. Fossil fuels and the environment, a growing concern. Here's the thing about fossil fuels. They're non-renewable, which means once we use them up, they're gone for good. And unfortunately, burning fossil fuels has some serious consequences for our planet. When we burn coal, oil, and natural gas, they release harmful gases into the atmosphere, like carbon dioxide. These gases act like a blanket around the Earth, trapping heat from the sun. This is what we call the greenhouse effect, and it's causing our planet to warm up, leading to climate change. Climate change is a big deal. It's causing ice caps to melt, sea levels to rise, and weather patterns to become more extreme. We're seeing more heat waves, droughts, floods, and powerful storms. It's clear that we need to find cleaner and more sustainable ways to power our world. Section 6. Powering our future, the need for renewable energy. The good news is that we don't have to rely on fossil fuels forever. There are plenty of other sources of energy out there that are renewable, which means they can be replenished naturally. These renewable energy sources include solar power from the sun, wind power from wind turbines, hydropower from flowing water, and geothermal energy from heat deep within the earth. Switching to renewable energy is crucial for protecting our planet and ensuring a healthy future for generations to come. By using less fossil fuels and embracing cleaner energy sources, we can reduce pollution, combat climate change, and create a brighter future for everyone. So let's get energized about renewable energy and work together to create a more sustainable world.